All right, time for us to put the bumper trim on and install this bumper. It's been sitting in here since I painted it. It's filthy, but we're gonna make it look nice. Look at the temperature in here right now. And I've had the door open for a while. All right, let's install this trim. Clean it up first. Alright, since I'm done with the test fitting and I pretty much know how much of the trim I'm going to use and where I'm going to cut it off at, here I'm only going to install the first section of the trim first before it makes that turn within that channel. And the reason being is because I want to make sure it adheres or stick well to the bumper, because what I noticed on this new trim opposed to the trim that I bought 4 years ago that had been sitting on the shelf, it's totally different adhesive they use on this trim and it seems extremely sticky. But I should have followed my first mind and used some of that clear adhesive sealant that I use on the front bumper that I know guaranteed to stick, and leave that trim in place. But I relied on this adhesive since it was new and it seemed like it was doing extremely well, and you guys will see how it looked the next day because I installed this first initial run near perfectly, just how I wanted it to. And after it's set up overnight, you guys will see how it'll look. But should have followed my first man and just put that thin layer of sealant all throughout that channel and installed that trim, and I would have had a perfect fit. And now you guys will see exactly where it's at towards the end of the video, but should have followed my first man. All right, let's get this installed. So I think they changed the adhesive on these because this stuff is sticky. This just arrives in on back order. In the last trim I had, the black adhesive, this stuff is much stickier. So we're gonna see how this works without applying some silicone. All right. All right, we on. I'm impressed with that adhesive. I really am. I put these clamps on just to hold it within this area, just for a little bit on both sides to make sure. I got blocks behind there to make sure it contours to that area. Temperature dropped in here, but it's in the evening. It's about 6 in the evening, so tomorrow they should climb back up and get well over 100 degrees in here. That'll help mold that into place. But everything else is there. You know, it's not pulling up or anything. That stuff is sticking. It really is. Cut it perfectly. So let it sit till tomorrow morning, and we'll install it on the car. I'll clean the bumper all the way up and we'll install it. Looks nice. Well, all right, station. This is not gonna work. Look at that. This is the next day. Wow. Let me remove this and figure something out. I had it on there so perfect too. Look at that. It's coming up here too. Everything else is okay. Just in this area. In here. So I'm gonna put some silicone down in there. Everything else is okay. All right. Thought I didn't have to use it. All right. Have to take it back up again and hold it in these places because that's where it's coming loose from. Hope that works out. Got some 2x4s back here. All right, it's been the next day. Don't know how it's gonna look, but we're gonna find out. All right, it's okay. Gonna get this residue out, and look how it wrinkled here on me a little bit. What can I do about this? But pull it all the way back off and try to redo it. Just a side note, I'm currently messing with that right now. Just figuring out if I'm gonna take it all the way back off. I don't really like how that turned out. I'm messing with it. I got a little bit better. I'll see though how this turns out, what I'm doing right now. I didn't film it, so you guys will probably see it in another video, but you'll see how it looks in the end after I did, I think, a little bit something to it. I don't know. Just really bothered by this. All right, we're on. Looks incredible. I'm gonna clean it off. However, this is really bothering me. It's really bothering me. Everything else is okay. It says here. And this was like perfect. So when I push up right here, it comes up and all this aligns. Look right here too. I'll clean the rest of that excess glue out, but I don't know. I just try to make things as best as I can get them. And I did have this perfect, but as far as the bumper, we're on here. It looks great. It's great. It's aligned perfectly, and I'll show you guys kind of give you a gauge of how it lines up. If you look at here, get out of here, fly. If you look at this right here, this contours, it aligns right here when it dips down, perfectly right here. And look at that. Look at that alignment. You come on the same side. Look at this. And perfectly aligned. Goes up right here and look. And goes up right here and look. Yeah, so besides it being dirty, and I got, look at that glue residue all over the place. I'm gonna shine this up really. I'm actually gonna polish this bumper too. Make it look even nicer than it is. But down here. Yeah, I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix that. I guarantee. Let me show you really quick. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I'll show you guys how when I push it in, it actually goes into place. Look at that. That goes into place. When I push this in, that goes into place. Look at that. I can take that. So I'm gonna fix it right here. Like that. Watch. I'm gonna fix this. Opposed to it protruding out. I can deal with everything else. Alright. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're looking good. And we're getting somewhere. Definitely hitting off with that black gloss bezels.